know no guy who has ever had like. Okay,
I had
I've seen nose
liposuction
done.
August 2020. I got a
Mhm.
32 waist. So before all of this, I could not fit shit. I would still work out, and so I
Yeah.
run, but I was gaining weight in my ass and my thighs. So after
Special guest. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kicking It with Keith. Make sure to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. for the audio portion on all streaming platforms and catch the video on my YouTube channel on Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Thank you for your continued support, friend. I love me some you, and you are greatly appreciated. I don't know no guy who has ever had like. Okay,
I had
I've seen nose
liposuction
done.
August 2021.
Really?
So this is the new body that y'all seeing online. Like everybody's like, I am in the gym. I do have a
So
trainer.
you got on the table, friend. You went to the
I
DR.
did get on the table and I got it sucked off. So that is the
Okay, so would you ever get it sucked out and put somewhere else?
Mm-mm.
Like, no, I'm just saying that.
I got a 32 waist. So before all of this, I could not fit shit. I would still work out, and so I run, but I was gaining weight in my ass and my thighs. So after I got lipo, I got all my waist back down to the 32. My stomach is still flat.
Okay.
I'm just loving this new body.
So you got ass and thighs still. We still got ass and thighs though, right?
I have look. I'm a 32. I do have a lot of thigh.
Go see if they.
But I didn't want no booty. And I just wanted to be back to my normal size.
Yeah.
30. So I was like, oh shit, like hold on. But
the metabolism thing don't work for everybody, unfortunately. Like my metabolism at 30 is still fast and working against my ass. So look,
if I could have transferred any of it to you, I know a lot of people are like, oh, give me some. You can have it.
Please. And you know what? Like I'm really glad. Like I didn't even realize that. Obviously, I didn't know that you did that, and I just feel like by you opening up you saying that almost opens up a whole nother conversation that we can really have, maybe even on a different show. Even today, like, because I feel like I've never come across anybody, any men, aside from people who getting they get the nose job or something like that. But I really haven't come across many men. I've seen a couple of men who get BBLs, but none who just have really gotten like lipo, like. And it's so crazy because a lot of people would just be like, well, you could just go work it off. You a man, you a this, and you can do. Men have metabolisms too. It's difficult for us to lose weight. It's difficult for us to pick up weight, the same as it is for women. If you can listen, bitch, if you bitch can go get your titties done when you missing 3 of your teeth, bitch, don't say shit.
I'm just playing.
No, bitch, no. You got your titties done and your teeth fucked up, bitch. Don't say shit about me getting lipo.
Listen, that is my number one pet peeve. I think I did a lot of jokes about that on my Instagram. Listen, get your teeth. I got braces. I don't know if y'all can see it because of the light, but I have braces.
Yeah.
So I wasn't one of those people like, oh, he got on the tap. Bitch, I have braces. I like my big teeth. I wanted to keep my natural smile.
Yeah.
I don't want the chiclet teeth.
I'm gonna get some because my teeth is fucked up. I'm gonna get them.
There's some veneers that look absolutely amazing. It depends on what kind you're getting because there are definitely layers to this shit.
I don't want the nutcracker teeth, the nutcracker ones. I can't have that.
Shout out to Dr. Heavily. She does amazing veneers.
Yeah, she does.
I need to talk to Dr. Heavily because I want her to do somebody who I know. That's gonna lead into a whole nother conversation. But I'm just gonna put this out here. Hopefully my executive producer don't get mad.
Okay.
But Anatomy X is having a reality show that's dropping this year. So y'all will get to see the behind the scenes of me and how I got to how me and my team work, the models. We have fathers, we have husbands, we have ex-convicts. So it's a lot of stuff.
Current convicts. No, I'm just playing.
You said what you just say?
I said current convicts. No, I'm just playing.
Maybe, look,
You
maybe.
be like, it just depends on what day of the week it is for me. Hell,
Little
because
jail time, boom,
you was
know.
driving on a suspended license, whatever. I'm just saying. And don't make me a convict. Shit.
It's gonna
Make
be
me
an
a con
interesting
man.
show. It
Hmm.
really talks about like sexuality,
Yeah, I'm really
sensuality,
interested.
like people who are into like I have straight models, I have bisexual models, I have
Hmm.
pansexual people on my team, I have people who are interested in trans. So it's really an open show to really open up people's eyes and experiences.
So
And
you
it's
trying to send one of your models to Dr. Heavenly before it come on TV? Is that what you're?
no, I actually would love for her. I would love for her to help somebody on my team to get their smile back. So I'm gonna be heavily girl. I'm coming. How you doing? Remember me from the Super Factory. We're gonna talk. But I think it's gonna be such a dope show.
Yeah,
Such a dope show.
I
Shout out to
can't.
Mr.
I
Corey
can't
Knott.
wait to see the shit. What do you know? You say shout out to who?
Mr. Corey Knott.
Really? I
I love
love
him.
Corey. Well, he
Corey is from Tennessee, and I'm from Arkansas, so
hmm
those are just like it's
you
like
know,
home.
I would love Corey more if his ass would, respond to my invite to that podcast and stop responding to my stories and shit all the time, friend.
Corey is a big listen. Corey is like that person the way he's like catching lightning in a bottle. It's like Corey, where you at?
I know.
He just
And we
happened to
actually,
be
you know
like,
what's crazy? It's crazy because we actually had a conversation a few days ago. He called me and we were like just chopping it up on he was saying that he wanted to start becoming more exclusive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he does want to like obviously get the work and stuff like that, but
mm-hmm,
when you are so openly available to everybody, it almost diminishes the value of your work sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
correct.
And so I can definitely for me, I don't take it personally. Like for me, listen, there are certain people who I've reached out to do my podcast that if they don't respond, it's like whatever. I'm a build up and come back. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. Like I haven't reached out to like even though I'll be I can write T.S. Madison at any given time and ask her for a piece of advice or something like that. I'm still not going to extend any invite until I know for a fact that I've built my way up and I'm not going to waste somebody's time. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's not to demean like that's not me saying like ain't as good as TS because I got you on here, but that's just more so I know it's going to be hard to get that response.
Right. Okay, TS, because you listen, girl, because you so hard to get in contact with. But
Look, but
I love, and I
but
appreciate the
they
work.
some
And while we talking about OnlyFans and stuff, because I've
yeah
always said this in private, so I'm going to say it here publicly.
yeah
Anybody, because we were just talking about OnlyFans and stuff and porn and that industry.
yeah
I'm so proud of where T.S. Madison has gone in
100
her career because I always tell people, to me, and I could be misspoken all these years, but I've always said she is the highest and most respected porn star who's come out that industry. Not a celebrity who's did a
yes
porn, but she was somebody who was in the industry of porn knee deep, came out of it, and really recreated her brand and her name.
not
And it
even just
takes a
porn.
lot. She's pretty much like a unicorn because
She was a
most
streetwalker
people
too.
cannot do that. It's
She
literally
street
it's like
yeah
an unrealistic goal almost. You know what I'm saying? And that's why
yeah
I always tell people, like, not saying you can't do it because she's
yeah
been the exception, but
yeah
it's hard as fuck
yes it is,
to
especially when
get
you make a
out of that
career out of it.
conversation of just talking about me in a sexual
Yeah
connotation. She has been able to have real conversations, be
yep
funny, and still have content and be current beyond her sex,
yeah
beyond and what that is. So I'm
yeah
so proud of her and what she's done with redefining what that means and being a
absolutely
trans person, because being trans is also a hard
the
conversation.
hardest fucking
Being a
thing
black
that
woman is being hard. Being considered in the LGBT conversation is hard. So doing all of that and then having the
yeah
respect on her name
yep.
is just like, get it, girl.
And
Get
let's
it, girl.
add an extra layer on that. Yeah, she did porn, but she was also a streetwalker. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, and I don't say like I'm not saying that they're no worse than porn star. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But that just
Mhm.
lets you know that no matter how she was a person who was in multiple facets of the adult entertainment industry
Right.
and still was able to come out of that. And I don't know. I watched a video on YouTube. Actually, she was guest starring on some podcast, and she actually explained her very last time, like her very last night on the street, and
Wow.
it was like tra- just me listening to it was traumatic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, like for me, I definitely respect anybody who takes their situation, no matter how negative it is, and makes
Mhm.
lemonade out of it. Period. You know what I'm saying?
For
Because at the end of
real.
the day, I don't, I don't. Never mind, because I don't want to give too much. to
What's
TS.
about to
So
say?
no, because I just feel like a lot of my interviews, I feel like maybe she comes up, and I feel like I don't want to look like clout chasey or look like
It's
I'm
not
trying to
even
like,
cloud chase. I think you just have people who really have paid their dues and people who
yeah.
like are speak. I mean, we're gay, so at
I
the end of the day, we do have people in the gay industry that we can. And there's not too many people who actually
I
are
tell
still
her
humble,
she's
who
my
are
mentor.
successful, and who actually are doing the damn thing. So I mean, if you mention her, so what? Fuck these
Yeah,
people. You don't owe
and
these people no
I
explanation.
tell her all the time that she's actually, I don't say it all the time because also I feel like some people would try to make it seem like they have a way more personal relationship with
Hey,
certain people. Well, I'm
fuck
just saying,
these
I tell
people.
her that she is my
Fuck
mentor.
these people.
You're
You
right.
express yourself the way you want to express yourself. This is your
Yes.
platform. If they don't like what you got to say, they can miss you in the comments.
Just don't unfollow. Y'all can miss me, but don't just
And
don't
you can
unfollow.
unfollow because where you leave, God will bring somebody else in. So
True, true. That's very two people actually. But yeah, I reach out and I tell TS that she is my mentor when it comes to this.
mhm.
Comedy wise, my mentor would be like Samore. But as far as
She's so funny.
platforms, social media, trying to branch out and do everything, my 100% mentor would be TS Madison. Not
That's
on
cool.
no, and like I said, I have to say this because I feel like a lot of people reach a lot of people will try to make it seem like they are way more close to somebody who's up here than
hmm
they are. So that's what I'm saying when I say I'll reach out to her and call her my mentor. I don't want nobody to think that
I don't
I'm
even think that
her
that's
friend.
what I mean. I get what you're saying. People do
Yeah,
that, but I feel like
yeah,
you don't have to personally know somebody for them to be your mentor. I mean, you might have a
yeah,
personal conversation with them, but when you admire somebody's work and you study them and you follow what
yeah,
they do in their journey, I mean, it's nothing wrong with looking up to
yeah.
somebody.
Because she's giving me advice about getting an LLC for my YouTube channel, also trademarking my name and stuff like
Most
that.
definitely.
And she sent me pictures of her studio, like just to show how stuff is
hmm
set up with the cameras and the mic and stuff. Like it's that to me that speaks volumes. And the thing about it is, so the difference between I would say this, the difference between a TS Madison and the person that I was speaking about earlier,
hmm
that I was saying that's the friends that don't support. The
Right.
difference between that is TS Madison actually gives me advice when I ask for it. T.S. Madison
And
might,
that's why I say again, support looks different. Like even if
yes,
she never
yes,
reposted your flyer or whatever, she's actually still supporting you behind the scenes and actually giving you the nurture and the wisdom to where you can actually
exactly,
produce new content and be
exactly.
fluent in what you're doing. So that's why I
So,
say support looks different.
yeah, because I feel like that's why I don't care. Like if she don't like, obviously I don't. She don't owe me that. Nobody owes nobody that. But the
Right.
difference between her and him is like nigga, you won't even write me and be like good job. I like your editing
I will
work.
say while we before we end the T.S. Madison
Yeah,
tangent, she's the only person who I saw that was doing what I was doing. Like when we were doing the Melanin Pot, I'm gonna be honest, she's the only person who was actually doing a talk show. And even when I come back,
yeah,
the way that she does her show and the way I do my show are
yeah,
totally different. But
yeah,
nobody was doing, I'm just gonna put that out there. Nobody was
yeah.
doing the way I do the Melanin Pot and me, Jacqueline and Mary, nobody was doing it. Not here in Atlanta, not in LA,
hmm
not in Arkansas. Nobody was doing it. So when at one point it was a season where everybody named mama was coming up with a talk show, doing a talk show,
Yes.
doing a talk show, doing a talk show. And I was like, oh, everybody got a talk show, everybody got a talk show.
Last year and the year before.
And I'm not mad at that because
Yeah.
what's mine is mine, and I'm coming back, and it's gonna be there in my
Yes.
podcast. I'm bringing that back, the IKTR podcast. Y'all be sure to follow me
I know
on
that's right.
Apple Music and Spotify. As I know that's right, but yeah,
I'm gonna make sure to put your links in this video and stuff. That way they can have access to you on all your platforms and stuff.
yes, get
And also
access.
make sure that as well that y'all know that if you want to buy a ticket to one of these parties, the link is in the bio.
Yes, we're in different states all the time. So if you want a private party for your bachelorette party, your birthday, your divorce party, just because it's Friday, let me know. I have all models of all shapes and sizes and dimensions. So,
Yeah, he even got a model that's about 4.5 feet tall. Don't tell him I said that. I'm just
you talking
playing.
about Corday?
Yeah, his little cute
Oh,
self.
I love Corday.
I seen him standing in the picture with the other dudes, and it was like an AT&T tower. It was just like how like the
Yes, he
signal
is that
tower just
bar.
swoop.
And it's so funny. We always joke. He always say he gonna get his knees done. I was like, yeah, you should do that. Do that. You should totally do that. Totally get your knees done.
I feel like that's one of those things. Like you got lipo, like he can get his knees done. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people should. I think there's a thing where eventually, especially because I feel like Drake got some lipo or he got some fake abs or something. Plastic
I
surgery
think
is
Drake
gonna
got,
be.
listen, let me tell you something. You better do what works for you. You, at the end of the day, you have to live this life and you have to maneuver through it.
Mm-hmm.
You already are guaranteed bad days. You are guaranteed a death date.
Yep.
Make the best out of it. Make the best out of
That's
what your
deep.
life is. I went through a place to where I think people always, oh, Jay, you always look good. You always feel good. And I'm like, no, I was depressed for a while and I was
Yeah.
really like, I was like, I got to figure it out. And so when
Yeah.
I got the lipo, it was really because like, I need this for me. And when I got it done, and it's lipo's a journey. Yeah, it's a journey
You
because
look
you got
slimmer in the face as well, actually. So, okay,
yeah,
did you get lipo in your face or was it just here?
no, but you know when
Okay.
you get rid of like all the extra weight in
Yeah.
your body just starts to naturally like, okay, let's shed
Burn
this
it
weight. And
off.
then plus I'm in the gym and then I'm eating
Yeah.
better. So yeah, it's just
No,
just trying to.
that's what I want. When you brought it up, that's what I wanted to say initially. You all, please, not you all, y'all, please remember if y'all go get any procedures, whether it be
Mhm,
lipo, whether it be BBL, whether it be no matter what it is, I got two things of advice for you. One,
mhm,
do your research.
mhm.
I got three things of advice for you, actually. One, do your research. Two, just because you go to so and so's page and she says that she went to Dr. So and so doesn't
Mm.
mean that's the doctor you need to go to because everybody's bodies is different. Don't go to the cheapest person you can find. No, I'm serious because a lot of people they'll go. Let's just say they'll prefer, for lack of a better example, they'll go to K Michelle's page and say, "I want to look like that. Her doctor is so and so," but they won't realize that her doctor calls her to have all these medical conditions and all this that and all this that. So it's about really doing your research and don't just get on fucking social media and go to somebody who you think, "Oh, I like her body. I'm going to her doctor." So
Most
that's
definitely.
second, and third is please if y'all don't maintain your bodies after y'all get this shit, it's a
That's
waste of
it.
your money. It's a waste of your
Waste,
money.
waste.
Lipo, especially, you have to keep that off. If
Protect the
you out
investment.
here getting BBLs and shit like that, getting lipo sucked out your stomach and put in your ass, and your ass decides you want to have a bad diet or not work out, guess what? You're gonna be shaped like a Chrysler again in a week.
Not a Christ.
I'm just saying, no, for real. Like
I
y'all have to be
agree.
mindful. Plastic
You
surgery ain't
do.
gonna fix everything. It's not gonna
It's
fix
not.
everything.
It
But
starts with your mind. That's why I say it's a
yeah.
process. You really have to make a mental. Like I had never had a surgery before in my life, so
Mm-hmm.
this was my first surgery ever. And so when I decided to tell like everybody close to me, everybody was like, "No." And that's another thing. Everybody tried to talk me out of it.
Yeah.
I didn't want nobody talking me out of it, so I told everybody at the last minute because I had
Yeah.
already made a conscious decision with between me and God that
Yeah.
this is what I know I needed to do for myself. And it worked out perfectly, but you do have to make a mental decision like, okay, I have to eat better. I do have to live higher. I do have to
Mm-hmm.
get back on it. I do got to be more focused. And I'm glad I did it. It was one of the best things I've done.
Really? I'm
Glad
so
I did it.
I'm gonna go
Flat,
ahead.
flat, flat, flat V. Y'all done seen the videos. If y'all on my Instagram or you look at my body, you will definitely see. Well, y'all done seen me
Do you
probably
have
with no
any
clothes
scarring?
on.
Do you have any
Huh?
scarring? Do you have any scarring or anything?
Not really. I got like two incisions at the like where my V is,
Mm-hmm.
but you can barely see them. And
And you
then
have to
they
go
went
under
through
for
my
stuff
belly
like that.
button, and my
You have to
belly
go
button
under,
is
right?
healed perfectly. So what you say?
You have to go under for stuff like that, right?
So let me say, okay. So I went to Atlanta Plastics. Dr.
Okay.
Crawford, he was amazing. And then Dr. Bailey is there as well. So I think that's why I went
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Bailey. So there's two people there, so they're amazing. There are other places I'm not even gonna name them because I was getting ready to name, but the Holy Spirit said be quiet, so I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
it. But
And
some
no,
of the
ain't nobody. We ain't
places,
getting no we ain't getting no promo for these people, but we gonna let him promote
none. But if
them
y'all want to send me some, you see where to find me
for
at.
real.
Some of the places do allow you to. Some of them do allow you to stay awake. I do know of people who've gotten their
Mm-hmm.
life like a BBL.
Non-invasive.
I remind you, I just got lipo, so which means they just went in and they sucked fat out of my
Yeah.
stomach and shaped
Yeah.
me. For people to actually get that fat transferred to their butt, which most women don't realize, is that it's a dangerous ass surgery. So you're
Yes, and
still
I've
awake.
seen you still awake for that.
Some of them, like mine,
I
I
was
went
about to
under.
say
I
because
prefer. I would recommend that everybody go under, but I do know that for a lot of people, they try to cut costs. Let me tell you
yeah,
something. Your health is
yep,
not negotiable
At
And
all.
at the end of the day, if you're gonna do something like that, go with what is the
Yes.
safest route.
And
I
you know,
didn't. Mm-mm.
those girls, I will say this, y'all. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know this because I'm pretty sure at this point everybody wants one of those bodies. But the recovery process on that shit, y'all, it will probably be one of the scariest things that you will ever have to go through.
Ooh.
Because I have heard horror stories about people and their BBLs
Mm.
and the healing process or them healing or having complications right afterwards. Or like even y'all, if y'all want a good example, go to B Simone, go to her YouTube channel, and she actually got on there and discussed her sister getting a BBL and
I was
kind
about
of
to
how
say BB. I was Lord Jesus. I was about to say I know B Simone didn't get one.
no, but actually since she cut her hair, she's been shedding a lot of weight.
I haven't. So I don't
Have you
follow
seen
B
her?
Simone anymore. I stopped following her a long time ago when she was copywriting people's books and stuff and had a little attitude on her, a little energy on her. So I hope she's doing well, but I haven't followed her in quite some time. And I was about to
Well,
say last time I saw her, she was shaped like the letter B. So
yeah, and she still,
lowercase
in
B.
certain pictures she can still be. But I would say she cut her hair because her sister Jordan, and this is another. I don't want to. This is allegedly, but her sister's sick,
Mm,
and she lost a lot of her hair and stuff like that. And
mm,
let's just also say, this is about a year after all of her complications from this BBL. So I'm just saying that's why I say
mm.
allegedly,
Gotcha.
allegedly. But B Simone ended up cutting her hair off, just to make her sister feel more comfortable and not feel
That's
like she
sweet.
was alone. And it's so crazy because you know how certain girls they when they get their hair done or shaped or not shaped, but you know what I'm saying, like when they get the shit done, it's supposed to be styled or shaped to their head.
Mm-hmm.
B Simone, she cut her hair off, and believe it or not, some odd reason, it's almost like since she doesn't have the hair on her face, her weight
Looks
is just
better.
starting to. It just her weight is starting to fall off. She
Maybe she's
literally.
actually like working it because I know she used to like work out.
Yeah,
I don't know,
she
she was
is
one of the people where she would be up. She
up
was
and
about
down.
like me with weight. One day
Yeah,
you see me, baby, I was on top and then I was on the bottom.
yeah,
You say okay.
yeah. But I do. She's another person that I definitely look up to. Actually, just in this, I can't obviously never get a response or nothing. But just wait, just wait, just wait.
She's definitely done a lot of good stuff in her
Yeah,
stride and in her journey as well.
yeah,
So
and
there's a lot of people you can definitely look at and be like,
yeah. And
"Sharp girl."
and also learn from, because at the same time, just because she went through something bad doesn't mean that we have to disown her for that, because guess what, that lets me know, don't ever copyright nobody's goddamn shit, Keith. So
Now
we can
said,
learn.
don't be
We
Martin
can
Luther King. Yeah, I do
you
know
know
Martin Luther King plagiarized "I Have a Dream" speech. Did you know that?
yes,
A lot of
I
people did
don't
not
know
know
who he
that.
got it
I
from.
dropped that wisdom this weekend.
I heard he got it from Dolly Parton. I'm just
Not Dolly Parton. And I will also go and say it's nothing, back in that day and still going on.
yeah,
This is no discredit to nobody.
yeah.
But a lot of white people used to always steal from black artists, like Elvis
uh
Presley. Hound that didn't he stole that from a black artist. So it's been going on since the beginning of time. And so when black people do it, of course, it's still, don't get me twisted. I'm a writer. I have a degree in writing, so it's wrong all the way around. But it's just always a catch-22 when a white person is caught doing it.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kicking It with Keith. Make sure to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. for the audio portion on all streaming platforms, and catch the video on my YouTube channel on Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Thank you for your continued support, friend. I love me some you, and you are greatly appreciated.
And then the black
Look, I
person,
feel like we can copyright up. We can copyright up, but you can't copyright down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like you can joke up, but you can't joke down. And I'm not
That's
saying that
it.
black people are below white people, but what I'm saying is the reason why certain things are okay for us to do and not for them to do is because guess what? We've never made them feel less than. So guess what? We're gonna joke about them and we're gonna steal from them like they stole from us and raped us and killed us and made us eat chitlins and hunt us down on the side of the road and shit. Fuck, not everybody, but I'm just
Did you see
saying.
Donald Trump's speech that he just did? You probably, I don't know if you saw it. He literally was like pulling that card. He literally was like, oh my God, they're not letting white people get the vaccination. They're making white people wait for the vaccination. And I'm thinking to myself, welcome to being a black person. Try it your whole fucking life.
You know what's happening with the white people thing? I see this happening simultaneously.
Mm.
The white people are really starting to feel out of control, like the straights. You know how right now all the straights are like, oh, don't say nothing about a gay person. Oh, you'll get canceled. Oh, and they're really like all in their feelings because now people are holding them accountable for, treating us like shit. That's the same way with the white people. Oh, you can't say nothing about a black person because no, you can't, bitch. You can't. You know what
You
I'm
know
saying?
what is what's crazy about that is, and I've always said this. I just find it that you can always tell people who have always been shitty people. Realistically, you should treat everybody with respect.
Yes.
And lack of representation is a real thing for everybody until they have their own agenda. And what I mean by that is like for the longest time, we pushed the narrative of let's get more black stories, more black artists, more black artists, black, black, black. So now we have more black. And of course, when that was happening, the white people were saying they're cramming blackness down our throats, right?
Yep.
But then we need more black representation because we deserve our stories and our shit to be told. The same thing happened with women. And then women were like, we need our stories to be told because we're women. And then men were like, y'all are cramming feminists and this shit down our throat. Gay people stepped up and said, hey, we want our due as well. And then all of a sudden, it was the same conversation, but it was worse.
Yep.
Y'all are cramming gay shit down our throat. No, I want everybody to see that we all have causes and agendas and we all want to be seen and heard.
Yes.
But representation matters. So when you go hundreds of years without representation for women, it's not that women weren't there. Y'all just didn't include them in the stories. It's not that black people weren't there. Y'all didn't include them in the stories. It's not that gay people weren't there. They just were not included in the story. So now that inclusion is happening,
thank God for T.S. Madison.
Cram, but that's what happens when you exclude things, is that then you have to go back and re-educate the audience. And so now it looks like a cram, but it's like you've been miseducated, and that's what you get for excluding people. So it's going to keep happening. It's going to be another group of people that come up and say, hey, trans are not trying to get they due. And it's like, oh, you're trying to cram trans down our throat. No, that's why I was so grateful for Pose, because Pose showed the trans experience, the gay experience. It showed the ballroom experience. It showed people who actually struggle with HIV. Somewhat in what?
I'd say this. It definitely... I love that show. Love it because it educated me. It educated me on so many things that I wasn't even aware of. But one thing that kind of bothered me about not the show, but the public opinion of the show was that, because I don't know anything about balls. I don't know anything about the underground. I don't know any, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, that's what I'm saying. Like, that show it doesn't represent all of us, because like, some of that stuff, I ain't never been put out of my house for being gay. I ain't had to be in no house.
It don't represent everybody, but I think that's the part that everybody has to know. Like, every story is not for you. Like, I love the Notebook. That's one of my favorite movies. But I'm not a white woman. I'm not a white man. You know, I have never been married, so I can't really say I relate to that story. But I can definitely respect the love and the story that was told.
That's why I don't watch no white reality shows. I don't watch no white reality shows no more.
Oh, I do,
because I can't relate to them hoes. Look, I was talking.
I don't look to be, and I think that's the problem with everybody in this year and last. I think everybody wants to see themselves in every story. I think that's the problem. Like, Boy Scouts is now letting girls join Boy Scouts. Why? We have Girl Scouts.
Trans men are in women's sports.
They have Girl Scouts. You know, and I get the fact that it's certain things like, okay, we need to be inclusive about, but I also feel like that's also what makes some of us different. And so the moment that we don't look at each other and say, hey, you're a boy and I'm a girl, you're Asian and I'm black and you're Indian, and we can't look at each other and not see inclusion, then how do we begin to respect boundaries? I feel like we feel like we just have to be like, I have to see myself in here and I gotta be a part of his and I gotta see myself.
So for me,
you don't have to be a part of everything. You can appreciate and be like, that's some good shit.
Well, I'll say this. For me, it's not necessarily that. Now, I definitely know there is a lot of what you're saying to be very true. Just in my particular situation, I'll say, like, first off, I'm ghetto. I'm a little ratchet. I'm a little ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That just really is what it is. Although I do know how to act, so we ain't gonna get that twisted. But I feel like this. Like, I've been watching Selling Tampa, right?
Okay.
And I was watching before. I would, catch episodes here and there of Selling Sunset.
Okay.
Which is the LA version, with the Beverly Hills version with the white cast. Right. And the reason why I say I typically don't watch white reality shows is because I can't relate, is because it's really hard for, like when I see these white girls like on, oh my god, like he drank the last Sprite and she didn't tell me that she was pregnant, and I'll be like, bitch, what? Like I'm like, what? So when I see selling Tampa, I hear, I see the bitches, the women, they sisters, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like when I see them in there talking they shit or using certain words or certain
Mm-hmm.
things, it's just way more relatable for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have to see myself in them. It's hard for me to care about some shit that, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this. I feel like the shit white girls cry over and the shit the black girls cry over are two completely different goddamn things. Because black women have to be strong for every goddamn thing. So they
I
cry
think to
when
a degree, but I think they're all women though.
No, they are. No, they are. But I'm more so saying,
Yeah,
like,
but I think
these
I
white
think
girls,
of
I
course
can't
black
lose
women are
weight.
more.
My implant fell out, and now my titties are
Okay,
uneven.
you being
Like,
dramatic. They don't be crying. Oh, I mean, I get that being like a, like a thing. But I think it's like different. I think also it's different storytelling. Because like what
yeah,
happens when we see like a black person having an experience, right?
mm-hmm.
But it's not what it's they didn't they boyfriend didn't get shot in the hood. So then like you see black people like, well, girl, that ain't nothing to cry about. It's like no, she's having her own experience. But I think
Yeah,
we also we as us being black, we also do associate experiences with a lot of trauma.
yes,
And so we do look for like the most dramatic stuff that happens. It's like, child, my dad just got out of jail. And then the girl over here just saying like, oh, my dad, yeah, he had a flat tire. And the flat tire
yeah,
compared to that in the jail is so dramatic, but it's like that's her experience. So I definitely
yes.
get both. I get
No,
both.
and that's also a really good point that you make, because you can't tell anybody how to handle their experiences or how to deal with their experiences. Obviously, if you see somebody's coping with something in a unhealthy way or a bad
Mm,
way, maybe try to assist them and not let them just cope unhealthily with unhealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let them destroy themselves over something like that. But at the same time, you can't tell somebody how they should be feeling or how they should be reacting about something. But
How did
all
you
I'm
cope
saying
with
is,
how did you cope with like redefining yourself? I know you say that you were like battling with some stuff as far as redefining. So what did you do to
mm,
like get back on track? Because you have been on it since your return. So what do you feel like you
okay.
did that really got you back on track?
So first off, I started taking care of my skin. That's number
You want
one.
to you want to endorse any products?
No, I don't, because they're
You
not
sure you
endorsing
could
me.
tag them into this video?
Yes, I can, and I've tagged them in a couple other videos, and guess what? They ain't.
Well, never mind.
Yeah. So with that being said, until I get my promo code from them, no more of that. No, I'm learning. I'm learning the business at this point, for real. Like
That
I'm
is the
learning.
business. That's the
But
business.
I'd say for me, what was really instrumental in me like kind of getting back on. First off, honestly, not even to sound corny, although I would say I feel like sometimes I wish my boyfriend could be more supportive of as far as production goes, or maybe like if he sees me like running around, like maybe just help me out, like iron my shirt or something. If you know I got to be on like some, I would say, but he has supported me from the very beginning. He lets me spend whatever money, you know what I'm saying? Like not lets me spend because obviously, but our money is into a pot for our home.
Mm-hmm.
So, he believes in me. He's like, I understand that you got to spend $500 for a camera, but that's what you got to do. And so he doesn't keep me from doing
Right.
anything. He motivates me. Like he gives me talks all the time as far as like, you are going to be big. You're going to do this. And honestly, I always say like motivation sometimes really it starts from home. And like,
Yeah.
because for me, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've never done stand-up comedy like on stage before, because I
Mhm.
don't feel like I have a like he will support me with that, but like I feel like I would need more people like that I know personally to go with me to support me and give me that courage.
That
So
boost.
one thing about it is when you have somebody that supports you genuinely, even though he don't share my shit, but I'm kind of glad because I don't want nobody to know we together, honestly, because I don't want nobody in my business. He definitely he's my backbone when it comes to this. So he makes me, when I be crying about it, he tells me to shut up.
Yes, get some tea. Yes, this
When
is
I be
it. Yes.
when I be in my feelings, or I'm like, because there was a point, and I mentioned this before. There was a point where initially, when I first started trying to go big, get big, go viral, whatever, um, I may put 15 hours into editing a video, and it may get one like, 2 views or something like that, and I would take it out on him, and it just the fact that he's still willing to still even let me have conversations with him about my platform and stuff like that. When I've been so mean to him in the past about certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not answering the question. I don't know.
I think you are.
Because
I think he was a big part of you being on track and his support and his love.
Yes. When he left, because we broke up for about 3 months.
I remember, yeah.
When he left, I could not even think straight. I could not even think straight. And that honestly sent me into one of the biggest depressions I've ever been in. And that also kind of stayed with me. And it's that thing where you go so long without doing something, and then you just almost lose motivation or lose your confidence in your ability to do it. So you just like, I'll get back on it. I'm gonna get back. And then months and months and months and whatever. And then, finally, we became a 2-income household again. So we had a little extra money to get all this shit going again.
That's what's up though.
But
especially when you do your work when you do the work. So that's good. Y'all did the work.
Yeah, he's definitely my biggest motivating force. Like, if it wasn't for him being like telling me to keep going when I be sad and depressed and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't be doing this. To be completely honest with you.
Shout out to you, babe. So we got good skin, getting our skin in check.
Yes.
Babe's love and support, and what else?
Confidence. Because I've also learned that the more that I do this, or the more I go live, or the more I post videos, the more interaction I get, and the interaction is what helps boost my confidence. So I'm at a point also now where I say I will never delete anything off my page again just because it did not get views or likes.
That is a big one. I have done that so many times.
It's embarrassing when people look and see that you only have 2 likes on this video and you have all these. That shit is embarrassing, honestly, and it shows that you're vulnerable and you put all that effort into something and it's not being received, or they just can't see it because the algorithm.
I had to remember, like, I want hearts, not eyes.
Yeah.
On my page, so I want to touch people's hearts, and most of the time on my page, even though I do have like funny shit, sometimes I'm telling like a true story or motivating in a funny way, or just being raw, and how I am, like and I think if you touch one person,
we're honestly very similar. He just has
right. So if you touch one person and you delete the post, or it's supposed to reach that one person and you delete it, you have just abandoned a mission that you were supposed to accomplish. So now I've gotten to the point to where it's like, no, you keep everything. You don't be embarrassed. You don't be ashamed. If it don't have the likes you need or the views, that's not the intention. My intention is to get hearts. So if you get one person who watched the video and they got the point of it, and you change the outcome of what they were struggling and dealing with, you've done your job.
And I think I 100%. I think that people think when I say that I'm trying to just really say something just to make myself seem like good in the moment, because I really be saying that, like, if I touch one person. And that's how you know what we do is a passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like when there's people who are doing it for the money, maybe they'll get the money and then like they'll burn out. But there's people who are passionate and actually love what they do. Like, I say this, what you just said was a great point. And actually, I'm going to probably transition my mind frame for the point that I made without deleting my stuff. Because for me, I was just literally, the only reason why I was like, I'm going to stop deleting my shit is it's a waste of time. To sit there and put all that effort into your shit, put all that effort, and then just delete it, that's a waste of time. You could have been doing anything else. And so that was my only perspective. But now that you said it the way you said it, I'm going to go ahead and I think abandon my perspective, or maybe even just kind of merge them. Like, first off, it's a waste of fucking time. And second off, there's a mission. There was a reason you did this.
Right.
You know what also is crazy? My boyfriend. The other day, and it's happened so often, it's weird. The other day, I don't know if you've seen that I posted, like, I made like this little funny little rap song, whatever, because I'll be trying to just see what I'm good at, like, whatever.
I see you dancing, TikTok, and all of rap.
But when I was actually in here recording the song with the microphone, doing all that stuff, Bae sent me a message it was like a picture. Hold on.
Shout out to
Sorry.
Bay.
For real, shout out to him because I'm crazy and honestly, I couldn't deal with me, and so he deserves a whole day of dedication to him for real.
Well, you better make it count.
So basically, let's just say I started recording that song on Tuesday at 11:47.
Mm-hmm.
He texted me at 11:55 and it was a thing and it said, Aries, you've been allowing all of your creative ideas to go down the drain due to self-doubt and fear of rejection. God is encouraging you to pray for confidence in order to reach a new level of success moving forward on your spiritual journey. He didn't even know I was recording that song. He didn't know nothing about what I was doing. And the fact that it just stuff like that between us happens all the time. When I'm working on something, I don't be tell him about it, and he'll reach out and be like, just something random like that.
Cause y'all are in tune.
You
You're
know
in
what I'm
tune.
saying? And it's scary. It's scary.
I did
But
not know you are Aries.
mm-hmm,
My
yeah,
ex is an Aries, and what's your blue sign?
he's an Aquarius, so his
Oh,
birthday's coming up on the 3rd.
okay. You got some stuff to be planning.
Oh
And
my god, I know, yeah, I know. So
y'all
this
was some interesting. Yeah, Aries are definitely. Yeah, I commend him because Aries, y'all are something to deal with.
we
Just
really are, and but my
Lord help.
thing is, I feel like my intention is always right. I feel like my integrity is always right, and my morality is always right.
It's the delivery that's the problem.
That's what be fucked up.
Woo.
My delivery be
That
fucked
delivery
up.
is just
The delivery
sour
be.
to me. You hear
I
me?
mean, hell, you
Lose
heard how I
me.
came at you this morning? Hell, first thing I text you, I was like, look, you better answer this motherfucking phone.
Crazy. I will say that, like, my ex was exactly how you said your boo was. Like, he did a lot of stuff for me to help me. Like, his idea on the green wall and you should
Yeah,
do this design to
yeah,
really like get me back into like doing certain things. Like, he definitely helped me in so many
yeah.
ways
It
that I
starts at
was just,
home. It starts at home.
it
It really
do. It
does.
really
It
do.
does. It starts here and at home.
Right. And you got to be here for yourself. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
If you're not here for you,
yeah,
you can't do anything but be in a take situation. So when you
yes,
get this together, you finally can be in a place to where you can give and
yes,
take. And that's
yes.
what it is. Because a lot
And
of
that's a
people they get caught up
relationship.
in the take. They just, what can I get from you now? It's like, you can get the fuck out.
What you
But
said,
but it's
you
good
can get
that
the
you
fuck
got good
on.
people in your corner. So shout out to Yo Boo and shout out
I
to
have
my ex.
I have one good person in my corner. One. I don't get support from anybody else at all.
One.
My buddy Demetrius Latham, I'm pretty sure you see me post him a few times. He's also my life coach.
Okay.
He's pretty supportive, especially now because he's doing his own thing now, and I'm trying to like build him up and help him get his own platform stuff. So he's definitely supportive as far as sharing my. But I literally don't have like, aside from like random people who come through and like maybe do, I don't have a
Your
support
village
system.
will pick you. You know, they say most people who we know won't support us. And
Yeah.
that's because they're so used to, oh, that's just Keith from down the street. Or I knew him
Yep.
when he was such and such, and I knew back
Yeah.
then. And so they don't see you higher. They don't see where you currently are. They see you as being somebody who's just in their pocket. And baby,
Yeah.
at some point, even all my friends that I'm close with, like I look at them and I value them as a true whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't really be like the person like, oh, you just such and such. And I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, you are somebody. Boy, you are somebody. So you
Even
need
if
to
you just
carry
selling
yourself
eyelashes, like I'm gonna big your ass up. Like, come on. Like if you just selling random mink lashes, I'm still gonna
seriously.
big you up. Period.
Seriously.
So I
You
mean,
have to really think higher of yourself and the
yeah,
people that surround you. Because as long as you think on that low, I always say low living.
yeah,
As long as
yeah.
you're thinking on
No,
low living, you're gonna
I,
live
I
there.
do I do need to because the thing about it is, and I feel like this is another good point we can touch on, because I feel like a lot of people really don't realize the amount of work that truly comes into everything that comes with being a content creator and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And even let's just say this, for whatever reason, if my content is subpar, or if my content, if the quality ain't this, or so, it's because guess what? I'm doing everything by myself. You know what I'm like, for real? I'm doing everything from video editing, from
Mhm.
purchasing, from these subscriptions that you got to pay for that ain't cheap, to a lot of shit. I'm doing it
That's
all
it.
myself. And I always say, like, I need a team of people around me. But the fucked
Yeah.
up thing about it is I don't even have a support system around me. So a team, I know definitely,
But
and
you know
don't
what?
nobody
Your
nobody
team
take me
will
serious
come.
enough. Nobody takes me
Your
serious.
team will come. Like your village picks you. Like, even though like I do have close friends and I do have people like that, but a lot of during the time of my success, I was alone.
Mm-hmm.
I really was alone because none of my friends like at the time lived like in close proximity and
Yeah.
everybody got life going on. So of course we'd be on the phone and all that stuff, but like I'm definitely a in person, feel
Yeah.
energy, like come over, let's talk on the couch and
Yeah.
I'm that
Get
because I
up.
do everything on social media and then I'm always with strangers because we do events and
Yeah.
so I'm always around people. So like that
Yeah.
personal connection is so
Yeah.
key. So I did a lot of it by myself until my village like came
Yeah.
and a lot of them people who I do business with became people who I actually just do life with, and we're just really close like that.
I'm hoping that 'cause I see a lot of situations where people, hey, how do I say this without sounding needy? I just wish I just wish that somebody would take a chance on me or invest in me. More than I'm trying to take a chance and invest in myself.
You
Like I
know what
wish
I
somebody could
learned?
say, "Oh, go ahead."
No, I was about to say, you know what I learned? Ask for what you need. I
This
have
is
definitely got to the point. I'm so used to like doing. I always say this: nobody's self-made because everybody needs help from somebody. Even if you get a
yeah,
loan from the bank help.
true.
So with that, yes, but I also feel like I'm one of the people to where I always want to figure it out by myself, and I
Yep.
always realize that that is a downfall because I don't know every fucking thing. So I pray
Yeah.
for God to give me provision
Yeah.
for people to come in my way to where I can actually learn from them people
Yeah.
and they'll be able to teach me new avenues or
Yeah.
dimensions to where I can excel. So I'd be like, yeah, you know somebody who want to invest? I literally just asked somebody for
I'll
an
be so
investment and I
I'll
should
be
have one
so
probably in February. So
I'd be so scared to come off needy. And then also another thing about it is, it, when it comes to what I do in particular,
mhm.
I'm a, I I'm a comedian who, gets on YouTube and I have like a podcast slash interview, or like we don't know what the nigga's doing. So it's more so kind of like a I don't. It's hard for I feel like me to go to somebody and be like, hey, can you invest into my YouTube channel? They'd be like, what the fuck? Like invest in your YouTube channel.
You got the vision. The Bible says write the vision and make it
Yeah,
plain. When you write that vision down and you can tell somebody exactly what your objectives are.
yeah,
Hi, my name is Keith Wayne, and I have a YouTube channel, and I'm a stand up comedian, and my objective is to make people feel good about real life situations in the midst of da 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 da. I need you to invest, and your investment would help me and do da 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 da.
okay,
And
okay,
and I think people would understand that because at the end of the day, comedy has always been medicine to the world.
yes, yeah. It
So
is for
it's
me.
like,
Even in my depression, a lot of people don't realize that as well. Like comedians typically have some type of like
damn, yeah,
some off with them, and that's why they're able to be funny because
yeah,
they are able to flip situations that would have probably been traumatic to a lot of people. That's why there are certain jokes that when people say them, they're making a traumatic situation for themselves light.
yeah,
But
right.
then the person who's gone through it, that's not gonna be a joke to them. That's gonna be like, oh, you're making fun of me. And then people like, I just don't. I wish people would understand. Also, I just got to say this about comedians. I don't think I've ever heard one comedian, none respected, ever formulate a joke
Hmm.
based off of a good experience. Unless, like, and I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I'm more so saying like typically comedians, they take something that done fucked up or embarrassing or something that done happened to
And
them,
make it be
and
funny.
they'll
Yeah,
spin the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see
most
nobody
definitely.
creating a joke out of, oh, I showed up to my birthday party and I got a Porsche and $15 million. Like, ha ha ha. Like, that's not funny. You know what I'm saying? So really, you do have to be multi-layered to be a
Yeah.
comedian. And a lot of people, especially with me, think that I ain't got no damn sense. And the thing that you will learn about me very, very, very quick is you probably will never find another nigga that got as much sense as I do when it come to half the shit we talk about. For real.
Hmm.
Just because I be on here, no. Guess
But
what?
comedians are some of the smartest people because
Yes.
they know how to. Storytelling is the
Yes.
oldest thing in the book. You
Yeah.
know, you know how to tell a good story. That's amazing. But like to really take something and spin it or turn it,
Oh my god. Oh my
it's
god.
like,
Oh my god.
what is you
Oh
laughing at?
no. Because listen,
This man crazy.
I don't know if it's like comedian slash Aries coming out of me. Because speaking of good storytelling, I get so impatient when people are telling me a story, and I call it walking around the barn first and then going through the door. Don't
You
walk
sound
around
like
that.
when me and Jacqueline always scream this to Mary. Get to the meat. We on the
Get
mashed
to the
potatoes in the
meat.
get
Get
to
off
the
these
meat,
mother.
girl.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's me. Like I'm
Now
not
you
gonna
gotta
lie
be,
to
see.
you.
That's the key of being a good storyteller. You gotta tell the story to where people are anticipating the story, but they don't feel like
Yes,
you just been like,
boy,
"Girl, can you hurry up? I
my
gotta go pee."
boyfriend, my boyfriend. And every time he says this, I fall out laughing, and he gets it now. But every time he says, so long story short, I just fall out fucking laughing because I'd be like, "Ain't no, yo, what you mean long story short? I've been sitting here for 3 hours trying to figure out what the fuck happened and who the fuck all these random people that you keep mentioning are. Like,
And you
what?"
still don't know.
And I still don't know what the point of the
Right.
fucking story is. There's been some times where I'll be like, okay, so what's the point? Like, can you? And I don't be trying to be rude, but I really be lost sometimes. I'll be like, you've been talking for about an hour, and we still ain't even got up to the conflict. So, so can we? And that's my. I don't.
Get to the
I
meat.
also don't. I also don't like small talk. So that's the thing about me. Like small talk, I will cross the street to not have to have like a small talk. That shit makes me cringe.
I don't
Elevated
mind small talk as
conversation.
long as it stays small. Like if we're gonna do
No,
small talk, like hey, something small.
no.
It's snowing outside, which is snowing. Oh, girl, I'm
That's
gonna do
that's
something
cool.
small.
That's cool, but I'm talking about like the shit where you like on the elevator and it's just like one of y'all looking up like is one of us gonna speak first? Like
See, I'm
like
good at stuff like that. Like, girl, like your shoes, and
okay,
I'm the person who's blunt, and I'll be like,
okay,
"Ooh, this elevator show taking long."
okay. So I would say
I'm
this.
that person. I'll be like, "Ooh, awkward
That is the
silence."
that's the
I
southern
don't
in us.
mind
That's the
taking
southern
an
in
awkward
us.
situation and flipping it.
That's the southern in us. I will okay. Let me reframe myself
Right.
because he does say you don't have to speak to every fucking body you see. Because obviously I'm like hey blah, blah, blah. I'm like that in the mornings and
You don't
everything.
meet a stranger.
But it's almost like I can gauge
Oh,
when that conversation is going to be a small talk conversation that I don't like. When a white man's looking at me like this, I'm probably not going to walk over there by your ass. I'm like,
you got it, pal. You
hey, how
got it,
you,
bud.
how you doing, young African American? Like, no, I'm not. Like, like I don't know, or if it's like some like, especially like let it be like, let it be like,
Let it be a what? You get it
let it
out. Get to
let
the
me
meat. Let
be
it be a
let
what?
me let me be in the club and let it be one of these gays or something out here trying to scope me down and corner me in the goddamn clubs. You got me fucked up. I
What's he
told a
going?
motherfucker one. I told a motherfucker one time, look, we was in the club. I was drunk. And this is another announcement we got to make. We have such a good dynamic with this. This is another announcement I want to make. When I'm in the club and I'm drunk and the music is playing and I'm obviously in the club to have a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quit cornering people with your drunk ass and trying to have full blown fucking conversations with them in a loud ass goddamn club. Because
Ooh,
my last time in the club, there was this
I hate
dude
that.
who was trying so hard. He wanted to he was hitting on me and stuff like that. And I was trying to be like, oh, you're so funny. You're so crazy. Like
So
shit
you was
like that.
encouraging him.
No, I wasn't. I was more so like, something like that. And then he got to the point.
He ain't catching the hint because 9 times out of 10 he
Well,
drunk himself. So
look,
you
he caught
just
the hint.
indulging
He
him at this
look. I'm gonna
point.
tell you how he caught the hint. I'm gonna tell you how he caught that motherfucking hint. So he's still sitting there. I'm there with my friend Shane, who's my ex-friend now. Anyway, but we sitting there, and the dude, he's like, yeah. So I'm known for taking care of my man, and I buy him this, and my ex-boyfriend, I would do this, and like there was this one time his baby mama even pulled up, and blah, blah, blah. He was just going into this deep ass conversation in the middle of the club while I'm drunk. I literally said, excuse me, 1 second. And I didn't even really have to say excuse me because I was like, just hold on 1 second. I turned and was like, Shane, can we go? Because this motherfucker would not leave me alone. And I'm drunk. I was like, look, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure everything you saying is really important to you, but I can't handle it right now. I'm not in there trying to be listening to your traumatic ass shit. You don't know where some of those small talks are gonna go. Sometimes when it's like, oh, hey, how are you doing today? Oh my God, my man kicked me in my stomach this morning and the hood fell on like, I don't know, my gas station, my stove blew up and my baby got gonorrhea or some shit. Like, I don't need to hear all
Now my
that.
baby got gonorrhea. Girl, what
Well,
is y'all doing over there in your household?
but I'm just
What
saying,
is
I don't
going
need to hear
on?
all that, bitch. Because guess what? I'm not laying all my shit on you. I didn't tell you that I just got over a hemorrhoid, bitch. I didn't tell you that I just almost lost my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to hear none of that. Sorry about the hemorrhoid. I still got a little PTSD.
I got a question, but I'm gonna have to wait for it off of here.
It's not because of that.
I got
It's not because of that, friend.
No, I wasn't.
Oh. I was about to say, I don't even get down like that. I think my diet was just bad. I don't know what's been going
Oh my god. I am fucking weak. I have nothing to say on that.
This was so fucking long overdue. This was
It
fucking
was.
overdue, Fred. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kicking It with Keith. Make sure to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. for the audio portion on all streaming platforms and catch the video on my YouTube channel on Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Thank you for your continued support, friend. I love me some you, and you are greatly appreciated. Yeah, I had to switch it up. I got to switch to my. So now we back to my 1999 camera. Okay.
Oh, now you didn't join me.
Yeah, we done joined over here because my other shit done cut off on me. All right, so we're gonna have to end this now.
Y'all want y'all to see Keith has joined me in 1990. Actually, he's in 1996. I'm in 1999.
Yeah, that's something. I need a light or something over here. I got all my lighting set up for this angle, not over here.
Exactly.
All right, Chelsea, y'all. We're definitely. I'm gonna just say this because we've definitely been on here for a minute. And it's actually been such a eye opener for me getting you on here because I really feel like I want to have you on here more regularly if we don't do our own thing. Because I definitely think that we deserve a part two. Because I wanted to get more so into your. I wanted to also get into you, and I wanted to get into your journey and your path about things. So I don't want it to necessarily. I don't want the questions that I did want to ask to get overshadowed by all the topics and stuff we were answering today. So I'm definitely going to make sure that I get you back on here when my camera's charged back up. But so I just want to say, tell the people where they can find you. Tell us if you got any events coming up. Honestly, send me send me a calendar of your events, and I will pop it on her.
Okay.
I will pop it on
Y'all
her.
can follow me on Instagram at Jay's Anatomy. That's JAIS_ANATOMY. For the record, my name is not Jais. I know y'all try to call me Jais. It's just only because Instagram doesn't do apostrophes.
Jais.
But it's Jay's Anatomy, like Grey's Anatomy. And we have a lot of upcoming events. Anatomy X, we have shows all the time in Atlanta and surrounding states. We travel everywhere. So just be sure to follow us at AX_SIPN. That's on all social media platforms. So yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I want to say thank you, my friend, for giving me the honor of being on you. I keep forgetting what episode I'm on. It's because I be shooting multiples in one day. I think it's 9, 8 or 9. We just on the episode. We on actually. What we're gonna say is this is the episode. So thank you for coming on the episode. You hear me? So I really appreciate you because again, I feel like I've said this a million times, but it's really hard for a lot of people to. First off, it's really hard to track your popular business niggas down, and second off, it's also really hard for people already have a business or platform established for them to take you serious when you're trying to come up. So I really appreciate you just
his sound without y'all, he over there cussing. If y'all can't see, he over here cussing. I mean, he over there giving us a good cuss right there. And we appreciate Keith for having me on as well. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Oh, there he is. Right, I'm kind of mad I didn't hear it because that was really good cuss words. It looked like you was giving me
damn. Cuss, word, bitch, fuck, shit, butt, fuck, bitch, hoes, and fuck sluts and bitches and all in the ass or something. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Bitch, fuck, hoe, slut, ass.
I'm pissed.
He's about to do a freestyle.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Huh?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sick of this shit. Okay, yeah. So again, thank you for taking me serious when it comes to my, helping me establish my platform and my brand, friend. I definitely hope that you and I can do this a lot more together because I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm not surprised because of our, phone conversations and stuff like that. But I'm pleasantly surprised at how seamlessly.
It's perfect. Oh yeah, he cussing again, y'all. He was. Yeah, he is. He really he's silent right now. But can y'all just feel the cuss words in the? They going in the circle. I can feel it in the.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you,
You
Lord.
see this circle right above me right now? That's what they look. Okay. So again, it was seamless as fuck, aside from the technical issue. But I definitely. So I'm gonna quit saying this because I don't want to, sound too thirsty. But I hope we do this more with each
Yeah, we're
other,
gonna do it again, and y'all
And
gonna see us on some. We're gonna do some IG stuff too.
yes, so we actually probably gonna do that later on today. Actually, maybe
Yes.
probably think about that. All right. So again, y'all, I want to thank y'all all for tuning back into another episode of Kicking It with Keith. I'm really hoping that y'all are loving this segment. I'm really hoping that y'all are loving the guest. I'm really hoping that you're loving whatever inspiration, whatever stories, whatever business, whatever, just anything that we are telling you all, because that's the whole point of this, is just to make
Right.
people know that they can do it despite circumstances. So I'm really hoping this is something that y'all are really loving, and as much as I love y'all, because none of this would be possible without Tamar. I'm just playing. They'd be like, wake up and thank Beyonce. I'd be like, thank Tamar.
Come
All
on,
right,
Mr.
but
Jackson.
yeah, I love them. All right, so again, y'all, we'll go ahead. Y'all know how I love to end the show, and we end this the same way every time. So, with that being said, yesterday happened the way that it did, so today could happen the way that it should. Today happened the way that it did, so tomorrow could happen the way that it should. And there's nothing that will be put in your path that a OnlyFans bag or a sipping paint models bag can't fix. So,
Boom.
also looking for new models all the time. Make sure if you're interested and you have the qualifications, like you can't be interested with a 2-inch dick and a
Oh,
gut that hangs over your dick. I'm just saying. What am I
but I
right?
am looking for a few people who got a dad bod. So if you want to bring your dad
Yeah.
on, come on down to Andales.
Yes. Now go to Andell's. That's Andell. Go to Andell's if you got a dad bod. But granddaddy, Uncle Leroy,
I cannot with you.
Go on down to Andell's. All right.
Not going
Just
down
make
there.
yeah, Uncle Leroy and Granddaddy, y'all got to stay y'all's asses home. But we do
Got to
need.
stay.
I mean, I'm not gonna say we. He does. He's always definitely looking for models. And yeah, that's a show, friend. I want to thank you so much for being here, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this live and stop ranting and rambling and shit. So bye.
I feel like people can literally, we see so much in a day and we learn so much in a day. People can literally wake up one day and want to try something new. So
Absolutely.
I don't like when people put me in the box, oh, you're just a model or you're a
Yeah.
rapper now. I can wake up tomorrow and figure out, learn how to paint, and then all of a sudden grow a passion for painting and become a painter. So like, that's why I say it's hard for me to introduce myself, because I feel like anything that I put my mind to, I can really do. And yeah, so I guess creative would be the word for me.
You wrapped it up and put a bow on it. So
You know why I said that?
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kicking It with Keith. Make sure to tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. for the audio portion on all streaming platforms, and catch the video on my YouTube channel on Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Thank you for your continued support, friend. I love me some you, and you are greatly appreciated.